Good day, my friends, and welcome to Rimmed Justice, a series that is a nice therapy session for me, getting out some really good creativity, some goofiness, some stupid, and playing some characters that I have actually really quickly grown to love, especially with Hail, Ember, Flame, nickname Ember. His name is Hail Flame, Hail as in falling hail, Hale, and he is joining Honey at her dive bar in this world that has been separated. The Empire is fractured with multiple factions as well as new groups of settlers and citizens along the world. We have bandits, we have pirates, we have corporations, we have cyberpunks, and I'm loving every bit of it. It's allowing me to create a rather unique story, a story where there is multiple empires all vying for some form of control and trying to really decide if they should go as four different factions now, or reunite as one. Now, the faction, of course, that we are kind of allied with softly is the blue faction up here at the top, just below us. Where are they? They are the Father Country. We'll have to rename that. Now, beyond the initial country that was talked about, I haven't really given them much thought. So there are ways that we could go about this storyline. I want to make allegiances with people. I want to build better relationships. And I would love to see Ember turn this place into a thriving city or town, one that maybe he does become a cop. Maybe in the end, he does become a cop instead of just a bounty hunter traveling the world. And of course, the staff being the two standard security guards, Freckles and Hitomi. We have Holden Moyer, we have Honey, we have Cookie, and these are all the people who are stable people here at the bar. Ember is a pretty well-balanced character. He regularly only practices the things that he is, focused on. But as a Novakin, we've got strong shooting, we've got the magnetic voice, we've got radiant aura, we've got fusion metabolism. Everything about this character has been so much fun to embody and to play out and to enjoy that I cannot help but feel that Hale is one of my more favored characters I've ever had the pleasure of creating, especially with the vibrant mind trait, being just this distracted humanoid creature that is in the moment, just there for that very presence. I've loved. I've come to really enjoy. So I'm excited for his story as much as I am excited to see how all these other characters come. So it's going to be a very fun ride, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, to be frank, as we go and take out some of these bug hives here, I'm not planning to do a lot of these Let's Play style videos this season. I'm focusing more on the animations because I'm having a lot more fun doing the animations. They are a lot more enjoyable for me. But we are going to do at least base updates, probably once a week, maybe every other week, as well as taking all the shots that we've accumulated over the course of the development of this series, and at the end of it, there is going to be one long animation. The way I've been doing everything is I've been animating everything, doing the voiceover, doing the audio, doing the music, all that other fun jazz, and putting it in one large file for a standard viewing on YouTube. Then I've been transitioning it into shorts and just kind of editing my keyframes a little bit more. It makes it a lot easier to do, so I have all the animation files saved in one spot, and I can just throw it together with some transitions to make a little movie. I'm looking forward to seeing how that all comes together. This story's been probably one of the more cohesive ones because I'm focusing on the animations more than I am focusing on the gameplay. Of course, while playing the game, there's scenes that I will absolutely pick out and say, this would make a great animated scene, and it's absolutely going to be one of the best ways, I think, to do this series. So I will play of course, but it's not going to be the main focus. The main focus is doing the animations, evolving the story, the characters, as well as seeing how they work with each other and evolve their personal stories. This is also one of the very few times I've ever built an initial set and then decided to take that set and turn it into something more. So I've not built this base from the ground up. I have actually just built this base in dev mode, and then I've decided I'm just going to use this because I think it's a great set. It's one of my favorite sets I've ever created. However, we do have a large power draw. I did remove the advanced thermal generators that I put in when I do the sets. I'll take all the thermal generators, I will put them over steam geysers, and then I will use that as the power grid, and I'll just build around the power grid. Uh-oh. Moyer, get the components and run. No, don't fall asleep, you moron. Okay, knee strike. Well done. Let's get Ember over there right now. And Moyer should be fine if Ember makes it into... Oh no, Moyer killed it. He's got 2 rabbit bites. That's fine. You know what? Holden is also one of those characters I've really come to enjoy writing for, and I have a lot of his lines and his future scenes already pre-written and thought of, and I'm starting to really enjoy this character who is a mechanic, janitor, someone of that nature, someone who is very much focused on keeping Honey's dive bar alive, because it's a place where he feels like it's home. It's somewhere that he can go and feel like he belongs. We're going to get some basic crops up. We're going to do potatoes, fiber corn, and cotton, because we are going to need to have warmer clothes come winter, and our spring and summer seasons are very, very short. It's going to get colder at the end of summer, as well, with long winters starting in the fall. So being up this far north, it's a bit more of a challenge, and we're going to need to kind of get ourselves into a position where we have a more stable power grid and we're able to have hydroponics so we can grow food year-round. How am I going to write Ember convincing Honey to let him stay here and build this place into something more? I don't know yet. I haven't gotten there. There may be a delay in short creation from today into tomorrow. I'm not 100% certain, but we'll figure that out. This is all good fun. We're going to call this the Bounty Hunters Guild as the faction, and we may change the faction name to Embers Guild, or to Flame Guild, or something, goofy of that nature. Again, my focus really isn't on playing the game. It's more of just telling the story, so I'm not feeling that super creative. If someone down in the comments comes up with a better name, let me know. We are going to call this Honey's Dive, though, because that's exactly what it is. It's Honey's Dive. And maybe we'll call it Honeyton if we ever do build it up to be a right, proper town or city. We're going to definitely turn this into a fishing spot. That way, at least during the winter, we have a meat source coming in at all times. That is the other thing we need to plan for, as well as developing a large food store. Even though we have such a small population, having at least 300 planned food for the rest of the season is going to be a good idea. Honey and Cookie are cooking inside of their rooms. We'll put in an AC, an event, just to min-max everything. And we have our first raid. The Vindictive Ones. They are a hostile empire. They're here to attack us. And we're just going to make sure that we put these raiders down relatively quickly. We don't want to be dealing with too much pollution. We don't want them polluting everything. He got shot in the eye. And a serving boy. They sent a serving boy cannon fodder. Oh, fantastic. I feel like Cookie's going to be one of those characters that's just down-to-earth, wholesome, views Honey as like his little sister or his daughter, and just really just wants to make sure that she's well taken care of. And I think that's going to be one of the more like grounded characters we have for this story. I haven't written much for him. I don't know much about the character yet. We'll get Hale's room pretty well situated and just get some basic things. We'll do a divider as well. We'll make it a steel divider, and we will just block off the bed space, make it a little bit more isolated so it's not exposed to the door, and we'll give it some good feng shui. I do want to turn this room into like some type of mud room or some sitting space. I don't know what kind of furniture I want to put into it just yet. We will figure something out, but I like the separation of areas. It creates a little bit of a barrier from the cold, and we'll just develop that further. We'll get a little extra windmill here. These windmills, I know, don't catch as much wind as the larger wind turbines, so we're really going to be struggling until we can get power. Well, damn it, Hale. Amber wasting resource. Oh, he's hiding behind the box. That's awesome. I know he's just getting resources, but it really does look like he's hiding behind the box. He's like, don't let the players see me. I don't want to be here. Young beggars request aid. I absolutely think this is something that Hale would do without issue, is look to take care of these kids and make sure that they're well situated. Medicine is easy to come by. I don't see him being so heartless to where he would do something. And I think at this point, we're going to take a look at what the cyberpunks have to offer. I don't think he'd ever work with the cyberpunks before this point. And so seeing what they have to offer, what we can sell them, which is not much, I don't think we're going to go beyond that. We'll get a blueprint going for his house. We'll call it house. And we will put a few extras because Freckles, Hitomi, and Holden are going to need houses, right? They're staying here naturally. They should have probably pre-built houses. I probably should have thought of this, but I like the idea of us building the settlement out when, you know, Hale gets here. Like, they normally would sleep on the floor in the bar. Now we're going to take care of it. Paid violence. White Empire, 3 groups of pirates from the hooligans, 2 drifters each. I think we could take that on. It's just two drifters per pirate raid pack. We don't need the barbell. What is a barbell? Like, do they just genetically have barbells? Carriers of the gene, fleshy bar. Oh, that's for the bog legs. That was another xenohuman I was going to utilize this series as well. If we come across them more, we'll utilize them. I'm not 100% certain if they will come out more often. All right. First raid. Let's have it be a good one. Oh, Jesus. He instantly got hosed down. That was quick. And he came at us with a pirate hook. That was a bad idea. Oh, no. The other 2. Just right into the bug lair. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. This will make a good scene. I'm going to save this. We're going to utilize this. This will be an awesome scene. I'm not going to spoil everything, but I like it so far. An ambushed knight of the vindictive ones. If we can, it's just a man hunting rabbit. It's not like it's another faction. So if we ally ourselves with the vindictive ones, we build up some goodwill, some honor. I think this would probably be a good idea. If we can start putting them in the direction of being friends. We're neutral with the Megacorp. We've got all these other people that we can take care of. So let's go ahead. We'll get the honor. It will put us in a better position with them. Corfy. Okay, sure. Corfy. I'll take it. Quick little rabbit and done. Way to go, Freckles. Well done. I wonder how long it's going to be before we need to find other people to fight for us. We're finally in a position for our first harvest, and I'm really enjoying just the moment of Honey and Hale both taking the time to work together, replant some crops, and cut down the crops. Whether they're botched or not, they're working together, kind of building this friendship that they've already built upon this. Hale is a reliable character who can work well, work other things than just creating violence and causing disruption. And I think that's going to be a good building block for him to be trusted by these people a lot more and be seen as an aid rather than a negative. We're going to get rid of some steel. We are going to get rid of the plain leather just so we can buy some components and a coat. We don't have a lot of money. I have yet to give us the 8,000 silver for the bounty done at the beginning of the story for Kine, and I don't know if I want to give us that 8,000. Like, maybe Hale buried the 8,000 somewhere on the way here, and maybe he's forgotten about it. Maybe he'll remember it down the road. Maybe it's something we stumble across, but I like the idea of him burying it. We'll give Freckles the first overcoat that we got, so that way she can withstand some colder temperatures. Technopunk, I don't think we're going to do a negative interaction with the corporations right now, because Hale would know that corporations provide good bounty contracts and they pay a lot. Whether they're good bounty contracts or not is up for debate, but they do provide good bounty contracts. We're going to start working on the storehouse and production center over in this area here, and I just want to see that get built up. I would turn it into a garage, but we'll go with a warehouse, and maybe we expand upon it later down the line and turn it into a larger warehouse. We could get a promotion credit for 5 with the ambush manager and make enemies of the cyberpunks. I'm more comfortable making enemies of the cyberpunks than I am of the corporation, because I think for Hale, he could see cyberpunks being more of a negative influence on the planet than the corporations. Now, this could be he just hasn't met the right cyberpunk, like he hasn't met his version of V or Jackie, people who are trying to make the best of a world. So maybe for right now, he thinks the corpos aren't that bad. They are trying to bring some form of order and some form of money. Don't worry, Hendo, the dark visions aren't that important to us. I think that's kind of where he'd be at. This guy's not so bad, and maybe Honey is like, we'll see how it is. She's never had cyberpunks at her bar before. This is the first time they've ever come this far. And let's take a look at how bad this is going to be. We have no real cover other than a fence. And is a fence really cover? No, not really. Freckles could die here. She's taking a lot of hits. So is Hitomi. Headshot. There we go. Earshot off. Hale getting the kill shot. Perfect. That was, ooh, a battle rifle and medicine. Freckles, you are 8 hours bleeding out, intense pain. Yeah, you took a lot of hits. Go patch yourself up. Hitomi, how are you? You're not as bad. You just got a bruise, Hale. Let's go pick up the medicine. We're going to take the medicine and the battle rifle out of this. It just makes the most sense, and we'll give it to Freckles as the person who's going to wield that battle rifle. Security-wise, I think going with some basic military sandbags before we start expanding on turrets on the outer sections of the map, I think is where we're going to end up benefiting. We've got White Creek bandits coming. We've got some basic sandbags right now. We can absolutely, and we're having some standing issues. Interesting. I wonder what the issue is with that. She doesn't have a lot. She's just got construction. Well, work on building that. We're going to have Ember come down and whittle down some of these guys. Since he's got the trigger happy trait, we should be able to see some of his shooting skill come into play here. He's also got enough shooting skill where we could give him aiming, an expertise in aiming while both high and low, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and give him that. I did make a decision because I thought it looked cool. There was a mod for the Mateba 5R577, and it's a massive hand cannon. And the moment I saw it, I was like, I kind of want to give this to Hale. It looks cool as hell, and I think it'd make the most sense. Combat handgun, why are you so big? Oh, did I not? Yeah, I didn't reset to default. Oh, fuck. That could have gotten us killed real fast. We reset that to default. Why was that set to high damage, high armor pen, and high accuracy? Well, when I shoot most of those scenes where, you know, the one-shot kill, where Mr. Green killed one of the guys in the Mafia, and Hale one-shot killed Kine, I will tweak weapon values to make sure that they get that effect of being like a skilled bounty hunter or a skilled contract killer or veteran in the mob, someone who knows how to fire off a gun quick. We'll get Hale out of there right now. Let's send him home. I adjust the weapon values to make those scenes seem more movie-esque. There's your tip behind the screen. And it does. It makes everything feel a lot better. We did do some damage, but not enough. Hale's a lot more in the shit than they are. But he did gain a ton of experience, so that's a positive. Oh, another raid. Alright, that's fine, I guess. We can handle that. It's the 3rd of September, we're in the fall, and it's 45 degrees. These guys are not dressed for it, but they do have the dusters, which will keep them a bit warmer. So maybe most of our winter raids won't be that bad, and we could survive them. Again, Hale is one of those people who can absolutely deal with the cold. Cookie, I'm going to have you grab that machine pistol, and we're going to make Cookie an extra gun. Maybe eventually we'll also have Holden be an extra gun, if we ever get an extra gun, and we decide to keep an extra gun. But let's get everybody. Hitomi, why don't you go and patch Hale up and get him in a better situation. Freckles, will move you over. You've got the longer sight range. Yeah, let's just tend him without medicine. He should be okay without a medicine tending. These guys are attacking us before the lower guys are. Interesting. This is going to be quite the fight. We'll get Hale there. Yeah, there we go. Freckles already firing off shots. We've got the sandbags. It's going to provide us the extra cover we need. So the military sandbags are from Security Expanded for the vanilla expanded mods, I think. Or they're from Alba's Industrial mod. I don't quite remember which one it is. But they do provide 65% cover instead of 55% cover. So they are a little bit more costly in cloth resources, but they do a good job. And we've managed to, just because we have a sheer amount of bullet fire with two, what do we have? We have a light SMG, we have a machine pistol, and we have a battle rifle. There's just an, holy shit, way to go. Freckles taking him out. Holden taking a few shots, but not actually getting damaged. Hale got hit again. Everyone else is fine. We really managed quite well with this fight. I'm thoroughly impressed. We've got a good little fighting force for our little base. And we've got some extra machine pistols. We did get a lever action rifle in another raid. It wasn't something I really felt like highlighting super importantly. But Holden is now with a lever action rifle. And we've got a good fighting force. But our biggest concern at this moment, because right now it's the 6th of September and we are behind on creating our winter clothing, which is something we need. So we're going to need 6 parka, 4. Let's go with 4 parka because we only have 4 people who actually need it. Hitomi, Moyer, Honey, and Cookie will be the only ones who'll need the parkas. Amber doesn't need the parka. Parka. There we go. Holden's the only one. I can't even get the people's names right now. God damn it. Hale is the only one who doesn't need a parka. We will also make scarves. We're going to need to start producing boots for everybody. We're also going to need to start producing gloves for everybody as well. We're going to have to keep our people as warm as possible during the winter. And we're going to start having to expand upon our power grid a bit more too. So once we get our research benches built up, we're going to put a focus towards solar power as well as a bunch of other resources like researches like hydroponics, weapon crafting, and all the other standard Rimworld fare that you need to just keep yourselves up. We're going to actually be using the houses as staging points for gunfights. when we go through. The only downside is I realized when I was building all these houses, we burned into a lot of our wood. So I'm thinking we're going to shift our buildings from wood to steel. Probably somewhere down the line, and give ourselves steel walls. We cut into a ton of steel veins throughout that mountain that's next to us, which is great. We have plenty of it. I just need to keep enough for later on. I do have the Minecraft mod in this mod pack if you want to play along as well. So if you guys find yourselves on a map with not a lot of resource nodes, and you don't want to invest into deep drills, you've got the Minecraft mod that allows you to mine in for resources that you need. I always tend to put a limitation on myself when using the Minecraft mod of just doing 10 of a single resource each day. It helps keep it a bit more balanced because you are just constantly able to pull stuff out of the mine. We're in the negatives outside. This is going to be a long winter season, isn't it? Because it's going to get as low as -50 outside. So we are going to need those warmer clothings. We are going to need the ability to have some components so we can start building heaters in everyone's houses and make sure that we've got enough resources to keep our people warm and well taken care of. So far, so good. I like the idea of using our houses as cover points, even if it runs the risk of us actually seeing our houses burn down. Hail already killing 1 of 2, and we're going to get the third right here. That was a huge hit. There's another. Come on. Oh, Freckles. Freckles taking the shot. Well done, everybody. Well done. We'll bury them up. We got anything good? Ooh, 275 silver. We'll get rid of the flake. We'll keep the beer. And we're good. We got some good weapons, though. We got the extra wood. That's 1 extra. It's good. Yeah. Nice job, everybody. Well done. 2 construction quests from the same faction. I don't know which one I want. The Glitter World medicine is always good, but that's going to be a huge wealth increase. Whereas getting 2 books, which is Rug 70 an hour, and then an intellectual book maxed to level 10, which would be great to get people's intelligences up and keep them up. 8 manhunting Arctic Fox, 21 days to keep it up to get our rewards. We get a marksman title. I never know how to apply those to a character. Shooting skill never decays. I would put that on Hail, absolutely. That was a quick build. I love how small it is. We'll be able to attach it to the warehouse and make more warehouse space once we're done with it. I love this game sometimes. This is one of those moments where being able to get things... I like the struggle of Rimworld. That's what I like. Look at Cookie. He looks like a fat John Marston. I like Cookie. He's a good character. We'll get our shelves organized and set up. This is going to take a long time, and it's going to be boring as shit. We are getting ourselves, however, a nice stockpile of pistols at least as we get our research table built up. We've got everybody now dressed in warmer clothing. Everyone is doing just fine there. We're getting scarves created for everybody, and it looks kind of cute. Like we're planning ahead. We don't have any toques. We don't have any winter hats or wool hoods. We've just got this nice, quiet winter map with a gentle snowfall, -40 outside, and I don't know how we're going to be keeping people warm. But we are doing our best. This dive bar is a lot colder than it should be, but I'm loving the struggle. Caribou revenge, that's not a big deal. We'll get that taken care of. I'm loving this map so far. This is one of my favorite stories I've created. Absolutely. There is something about the journey going on and getting houses for some of the pawns that we have, making sure that they're all well taken care of, turning this entire dive bar into a city, making this like the main house where the main cast eventually will live, or maybe just keeping it a bar, building the warehouse and the research area, and keeping ourselves kind of close to this western edge, using the mountain as another way in and out of the city. I have all these ideas that I want to build upon, and all the while the wholesome and the well-meaned Cookie just fishes. And I want Cookie to survive to the end. I want to see Cookie fish all the way to the end of his days. I'm kind of growing attached to the character. Wanderer Boris, 23 hours. Let's take a peek. A machinist named Boris has arrived. Let's take him in. You know what? Let's take him in. 17, Boris Horn, machinist of the Bounty Hunters Guild. He is pretty well balanced. I like it. He's a misandrist. He doesn't like men. But he is a really even balanced character. My only concern is he's going to betray us and try and kill somebody with a pickaxe. That's possible. That's possible. He could also very well be a character who isn't a wanderer but was kind of blown off course in his drop pod. And now he's here and he arrived. It's the middle of winter. He's hungry, he's cold, and he's realizing that they just let me in. Maybe I make a scene with Boris joining us for the next series of episodes, but we are going to have to convert him to the Bounty Hunter Guild way. And maybe we change it from the Bounty Hunters Guild. Maybe we start focusing on a different idea. I was originally going to keep this a nomadic themed playstyle, but the way that the narrative's built up, the way that I started writing things, or I just kind of let things write themselves with my own creativity, it's turned out to be a much more entertaining story of Hale coming here and, putting an end to his wanderer lifestyle a little bit and not traveling. I do like he's making friends. Him and Freckles are okay. They seem to get in some insults and slights every now and then, but they do seem to be doing okay. They're not, causing social fights or anything like that. We've got the temple built, or the guild hall. I do want to turn... This is one thing I hate about the ideology, and it's not enough. There's not enough freedom to where you could turn your ideology room into something else and to make it more of an expanded kind of space. What I would love to do is turn it into a full tavern and have the ideology room legitimately be a tavern. I am very much contemplating using the... what the hell's the mod? The hospitality mod. I've never used the hospitality mod before, and I think it would be a fun and interesting way to expand upon this base more and really have it become a city where we start developing tourism and we actually start building up defenses. Do we build walls or do we keep it open planescape like this to where we can get to certain parts of the city that are easier to defend than others? Because look how close they're able to spawn into us. Again, these guys are going to die relatively quickly, whether it's to the cold or to the massed amount of lead that they're about to be eating. And to be fair, I'm kind of okay with them eating shit and ending up dead if they're going to keep attacking us like this. We're doing really well. We've got 6 bodies that can attack. Honey is the only one who cannot attack. And I'm actually okay with that. I don't want her getting into fights. She's kind of that innocent child. Like maybe it was her father who owned the bar originally and she came up and inherited it. And it's not really her dive, but it's become her dive. Cookie's down. No, not Cookie. Hypothermia. Okay, so they're not completely warm yet, but they're getting there. Let's rescue Cookie. We'll get his machine pistol put away. We'll get Cookie taken care of. You're not going to die today, my man. You're good. We've got you. We'll finish up building out the temple, and we'll just start taking care of everybody. We'll all be good. So here we are, my friends. The base. Honey's Dive, developing into a small little town. We'll see where things go. There might be a short tomorrow. I won't completely promise it. If there is, it'll probably come out a little bit late as I kind of figure out what kind of scene I want to shoot. But, yeah, I'd say maybe there will be. Who knows? Shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much for supporting on Patreon. There's a link down in the description below. There's also a link to the Discord if you want to join us on Discord. You can also support for free by doing all the things every other YouTuber asks you to do. Either way, I thank you guys for watching. I thank you for coming, and I thank you for enjoying the series so far. I've really loved it. There is also the mod pack down in the description below. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.